So my job is to show you how to draw your significant object. Mine are my grandfather and my grandmother. I'm convinced that they live in these two birds because I have cardinals live around me all the time. So this is the colored version. And then I took a photocopy in black and white so that the easiest way to draw anything is to imagine what the basic geometric shapes are on a shape, on a body and or object, and then to create lines of they're called lines of interest or gestural lines, and they basically are lines that give you access to where you have to place things. So I did that here. So first I did the body is an egg. There's my egg. And then the head, it's a skull underneath all these feathers, so it's basically round. And the beak, we're going to do a triangle on. So this is what you should try to aim for with when you're first beginning to break down your object or body. Then I've drawn the same thing here so that I can show you that then with the drawing or the object beside you, I'm actually going to try and do it this way. You're going to start looking at where you have to fill in lines so that it doesn't look like geometric shapes. So here I am going to, I see that this line goes to the middle of the beak, so I'm going to start it here. And then I will be adjusting as I go along. And here, behind the head, I also have to fill in all of this. And you see how the wing is outside of my egg? So I'm going to keep going and make your lines as light as possible so that you can start erasing. Oh no, you see? And you see that line there? That's my tail. So my wing can only go to there. And then I can see that there is something else underneath, like another layer of, so I can start erasing this line because what's going to happen is that I have this much and then I have to start bringing this wing in this way, and it's the outer one. So I'm going to do this, and I think it's about there that it starts to come in. And then I can erase all of this. Here, above, you see how because she's 3/4, so I need to fill that, because that's the beginning of the other side of her face. And then bring it up and start making the crest. Okay, the crest is not, it's a little difficult to do this upside down. There you go. And then the eye, I thought the eye would be up here, but look, it's not. It's right behind the apex or the pointy part of the beak. So this also helps you figure out where things have to go. Now, this beak is not a perfect triangle. You see how it has a little bit of a thingy going there? So I am going to add that. And the point at where it starts going horizontal is where the beak hits the chest. And now it looks like a round thing, so I'm going to have to switch, and okay. Now I can start taking out all these lines. Okay, including this one. Then if I'm observing carefully, this one doesn't have all these lines. At the beak, the bottom beak comes out, is longer than the top part of the beak. Okay, so I'm taking this out too. Taking this out. And now let's go to the legs. Okay, so here, this leg goes out that way. So I had my line here because this other leg is right there. So but I don't need it to come up here. But if I observe my photograph, I can see that there's like a little cuff and a roundy thing there. And I have to make this chest a little bit more in order to complete the cuff. And then I'm going to bring the little leg out. And the foot is in front of the leg. And I'm just going to make something that looks really weird because that's what they look like. They have all kinds of knuckles. I mean joints. Knuckles. Same thing. Okay. And this leg is closer to me, so it starts in here. Maybe not so much. Right there. And then it goes down into a triangle. And then again, the foot is in front of it. So again, I'm going to make these weird knuckles with and another weird knuckle here. And then another weird knuckle here. And then I keep looking very carefully at what is happening on the drawing, and I can refer back to my lines to see how much more I have to add, and then I end up with something like this.